Welcome to the finale of the Triple-Digit Saga of Danmachi Memoria Freese. Wow. Episode 999. Wow. Episode 999. You know, y'all remember episode 666? Remember how funny that was? That it was like, you know how 666 is like, demonic number, devil's number, all that stuff? Remember how I was like, how I did like a, a terribly, like, my zombie voice, like, remember that? Oh my god, dude. I remember that episode. That episode hurt my voice so much. I thought I thought I was gonna lose my voice. Cause I did that for fucking 10 minutes, dude. That's world record for me. I love that episode so much, the 600s, those were the days, Those and all the days before it were the days. The days before quarantine, the days before COVID, the days before this series truly entered its renaissance. Those were the old days. When I just come up with ideas on the spot. But I still usually do from time to time. But, man, I mean, those were the days. The days before the countless SMPs that I played with people. The days before the Dream SMP. The days before so many other days. Episode 666. It's crazy to think that, and I think I'm doing my math right. It's crazy to think that episode 666 was only 333 episodes ago. That's crazy, man. 999. I wonder how long this series is. Not in terms of episodes, but in terms of video length. I wonder how long it is. I've always wondered. And I have yet to calculate it. And I don't think I ever will calculate it. Because I can look through the playlist and I can copy and paste the time for the I can copy and paste the length of the episode, put it into a calculator. But, and this is going to sound really fucking cheesy. But no matter how long the series is in length, it will never amount to how much this series has changed my day-to-day schedule, my my perception, I guess. It will never amount to the greatness that the series has beheld to me. I don't care if it's 500 minutes, I don't care if it's 600 minutes, I don't care if it's 10,000 minutes, I don't care if it's 100,000 minutes, heck, I don't even care if it's a trillion minutes. No number can suffice. No number can obliterate. No number can take over the level this series has attached itself into my heart. You know, episode 100. I'm pretty sure it was episode 100 that I watched the anime for the first time. And you know what's crazy? You know, I feel like whenever I listen to some of the old like theme songs, and I you know, when we rewatch some of the old events, you know, I get a little I tear up. You know, I tear up. And not just because the events are amazing and incredibly written and it has so much heart, but it's because it's like a memory. It's like I'm sort of seeing the past in the present. And it's sweet because it's almost a memoir in the past. And what's even funnier is that the origin of me crying, you know, when it comes to, you know, like the series, you know, being nostalgic and whatnot, the origin of it all happened when I watched season 1 of the anime. Because, dude, when I watched that first episode, and I can still remember, man, 100 episodes, over 3 months of playing this game. I had come to know, not all of the characters, but some of the characters, just by playing this game. But then to see them move, and to see the world on a grander scale in motion, I had no words. It was reality breaking. And I cried, man. I I couldn't stop crying, man. That first episode, seeing that first episode for the first time, after recording, after playing, after learning about the series for 3 months, was amazing. It was incredible. I legit couldn't believe it. Like every time, look, when I watched that episode, when I watched the first episode of the first season, I called out every character. I'm like, hey, there's Belle, and hey, there's Hesty, and oh, that's Seer, and oh, that's Aina, and it's like, oh, that's Eyes, and oh, yeah, that's the scene where they meet, and then this and that, and it's like, I cried so much, man. I was like, I kept on recognizing people. Like, hey, there's Loki Familia, there's Reveria, there's... I mean, back then I would have said, like, Green Jacksepticeye or something. I'm like, hey, there's that person, and that person, and that person. And it's like, oh yeah, it's that moment where Bet's like, that stupid little rabbit. I legit cried. Because I saw what I saw a world in motion that before I only saw move in like a Google Slides format. I saw a once immovable world in motion. And it tore me apart, man. It tore me fucking apart. And when I legit think, I think it was when I watched that first episode of the anime. Because I mean, I had recorded like over 100 episodes. But I think the moment I watched that first episode, looking back, you know, in retrospect, I think that was the moment that I realized how much this series was going to mean to me. How much it meant to me. And it still means a lot. It's amazing. You know, I was looking through the playlist. I looked through the playlist multiple times. And episode 200 is really funny because it's called Take Them Out, I think, or something like that, or like Wipe Them Out. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And and it was apparently the Attack on Titan stuff. I think it had something to do with that. Attack on Arari, I mean. And I thought it was so funny because I was so confused. I'm like, huh? What's that? What? I think it at least had to do something with, I don't know. But I was really confused about that. And I thought that was funny. You know, episode 365. The origin of, you know, the titles have a, you know, Y1, Y2, Y3. The origin of the complementary number or subtitle To Memoria Freese in these titles. Episode 365 was the 1-year anniversary, dude. Remember, I wrote lyrics for that shit. And I had so much fun, man. I think we played Arrow of the Orient back then. And that also made me cry so much, man. I loved Arrow of the Orient. And I loved episode 365. It was so much fun that I had accomplished a year. A year. Guys, a year. A fucking year. 365 days. 52 goddamn weeks. What is that? A year. That was the origin of Event Extravaganza. A year. A year. How crazy is that? You know, and I'm going to be honest, my memory of the 500s and the 600s, it's kind of blurry. Because we also had a time in the series where, you know, things were sort of not doing too good, you know. You know, I did have, we did have a bit of a rough patch, you know. We were low on potato snacks, and I mean, we're low on potato snacks right now. We were low on potato snacks. We didn't have a lot of Valis. We had some really low points in this series, man. And, I mean, we got past them. And it was all because of a stray record. You know, I remember when I logged in, I forget what episode it was, but I remember when I had logged in to record an episode for the day, and I saw news about this new event. An original story written by Fujino Omori called Aragonaut. I'm like, oh, that's Belle's nickname that Tiona gives him. It's like, oh, we're going to learn about Aragonaut. And I remember how happy I was that day, reading the news report, you know, reading, like, the whole, like, definition of Aragonaut in the video. I was just, I was, I was ecstatic about it for about an hour, and I was talking all about it, I was theorizing, Aragonaut feels so long ago. For a second, I was even thinking that Aragonaut seemed even further than episode 100, but I mean, that's technically not possible, so. But if I feel that Aragonaut was a long time ago, then damn, episode 100 is really far back. I was just so ecstatic about Aragonaut, man. I cried with that, man. I cried. I'm pretty sure everybody cried when just everything went down in Aragonaut. And how can I forget to talk about Grand Day? The first of the series. That was awesome. That was such a great event. It had so much heart. It had so much plot. It was fun. It was funny. It was intense. It was crazy. It was part of the good old days, man. It's part of those the good old days before episode 100. You know, I can't even process that, you know? I can't even process that. I can't fucking process that. What is that? I can't even process anything before episode 100. Dude. Grand Day was before Triple Digits. We played Grand Day. We experienced Grand Day before the Triple-Digit Saga even began. That's crazy. I really, really thought it was cool that when we finished the Bell episodes, that we then got to work on Sword Oratoria, and that there was two parts to it. There was two sides. There was Ai's side and then Lufia's side, and I love that. I loved Sword Oratoria as much as I loved, I loved the Ai's and Lufia episodes just as much as the Bell episode, and that also goes to the Ryu episode. The Ryu episode was so good. All of them were so good. I loved experiencing all of them. They were so great. Some of my earliest teams, some of the earliest teams, they grew up. They grew up. Going through those episodes. Some of the earliest teams. It's crazy because, I have all these powerful teams and whatnot, I have the irregulars, well, yeah. I have, the peak team, I have the Rhea peak team, and I have all these cool teams. But I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't know where the fuck they came from. Alright? I don't know where the fuck they came from. I log in every day and I play this game, I fight and do this and do that, and I have a good time. But dude, I don't know how. I got such formidable, strong teams, characters. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't even know which teams. Look, I'm so lost in how many teams I've had and grown with. I don't even remember which team is truly the original team. I don't remember. I don't remember the team that grew up with the Bell episodes, the Ai's episodes. I really don't. I don't remember. It's sad. This series, man, it's been going on for a fucking long time. They say an age is 1,000 years. And I heard that from this comment on the trailer for Age of Ultron. And they were like, that wasn't an age. That was more that really wasn't an age. And so, like I said, they say an age is 1,000 years. And they say that a century is 100 years. They say that a decade is 10 years. Dude, I feel like I've been recording this episode for a fucking millennium. This series, not this episode. I feel like I've been recording this series for a millennium. Who knew? Who knew? Episode 733. I'm pretty sure that was Y2, right? That was the Y2 finale, and then afterward we went into Y3. Episode 733. Holy shit, dude, that was such a good episode. 733? Even before that, 500 to 600 or something. I had a bunch of collabs, man. I had a bunch of collabs, with the Umbros, with with PK, with Nick, with Seeley. I had a collab with my cousins. I'm pretty sure Ryan was in one video. I mean, he is my cousin. I was referencing to. I was referring to my Ecuadorian cousins. Guys, I once recorded an episode while I was fucking crossing a street in fucking Cartagena. I recorded an episode on the beach. You know, I'll never regret not focusing on the finale of Under Resort Crossing. I'll never regret that I didn't focus on that. Because I had so much fun talking with the Bros back then. I had so much fun. I don't regret it. I don't regret paying attention to the story. I don't regret paying attention. It was a great event, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it. Because I had such a fun time with those guys. I had such a fun time. And even now, right? Even now, I remember that. All right? Even now. You know how long it's been since we last all talked? Me and the Bros? It's been about 7 months, I think. We last talked in May. In May. I think that was before Estrella Record. Isn't that crazy? Before the Renaissance? You know, we had collabs for like 20, 30, 40 fucking episodes. With just the most random people, because days upon days, I talk with people day and night, night and day and night, night and day. Remember that? I had so much fun. I had so much fun. But you know what really fucking hits hard, man? To think that when quarantine started, or around when it started, I had recorded episode 700 with a good friend of mine, whose name is Paul, but I call him Take. And we had done a collab for episode 700. Guys, and I kid you not, I shit you not, it's probably been 300 days since we last talked. 300 days. I've recorded 300 episodes. We've been in quarantine for more than 300 episodes of Memoria Freese. What the fuck? I've had some real dark points in this series, man. Like some real fucking dark points in this series. And I don't talk about them. I don't ever want to talk about them. But just know, summer of 2019, pretty fucked up time. It was really fun because, Paris, and, I was with my grandma, I was losing weight, but fucked up time, man. And that's another thing. You guys remember Paris? When season 2 came out of the anime, I was so happy. I got to watch it, and I got to review every episode, week after week, in Paris. Like 1 a.m. I remember being on the Eiffel Tower. I remember traveling through the subway, or the metro, whatever you want to fucking call it. I remember the cozy little apartment complex that we stayed in. I remember Ecuador, man. Remember that huge mountain and the steps and all that shit. I remember that one episode where I was celebrating the new year and everyone was still partying outside in Ecuador. And I'm like, hey guys, Happy New Year. I love that episode so much. You want to know why? Because I don't fucking remember it. But that's the great part, man. That's the funny part. That's one of the funniest parts. I record these episodes day after day. Day after day, I'm doing more for it. I'm doing more for each one, week after week. But I sometimes forget. I forget these episodes. I forget how significant each and every episode really is. Like, here's a significant one. When I was in New York, and this is way back, right? Way back in the episodes. When I was in New York, or not New York, sorry, Long Island, whatever. When I was with my cousin and, my aunt and, my grandma, I remember that it was Ryan's birthday party, because it was also my birthday. And I remember that he wanted me to hang out with him. But I told him, I'm gonna record Memoria Freese really quickly. And I record Memoria Freese, and it was a 5-minute episode, guys. A 5-minute episode. That probably doesn't sound like much, man. That probably doesn't sound like much. I probably didn't say anything that amazing. I probably just said happy birthday to me and happy birthday to Ryan. That's probably all I said. But dude, that episode was fucking significant. Every single episode. I helped campaign. You remember when I helped fucking pain? The team tree shit. Remember when I did that? I love that. Probably nobody noticed. I bet you most people didn't notice back then that I did that. But I did it, man. I did it. And even if nobody noticed, I'm proud that I did that. We had a really sucky point in this series, man. We had a really sucky point in this series, but we got out of it. I sped run events like fucking crazy, but then I made the spin-offs. I added like 3 new spin-offs at one point. I remember the event extravaganzas that were like 3 parts. because it was super stuffed. I remember when I used to do live streams. I remember when I used to live stream episodes. You guys remember Memoria Freese Live? When we started Estrella Record, I was so happy. I was amazed. I was so excited. And I loved it. I loved Estrella Record. Just as much as I loved Aragonot, just as much as I loved Grande, just as much as I loved really every event. I still haven't made a tier list. And I probably never will. Because no matter which event is longer, no matter which event makes me cry the most, no matter which event is this or that, no matter if I do a tier list or not, every one of those events, just like every one of these episodes, is significant. You know, I started doing thumbnails. I started doing thumbnails and descriptions. I started adding shit to the playlist. I started doing stuff for this series. I started, like, actually doing stuff. At episode 700 something. Maybe that was even the 800s. There's 600 plus episodes that do not have a thumbnail. That do not have a description. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely crazy? And I was looking at the other day, and the playlist is all messed up for some reason. Apparently, like, episode 600 is right next to episode 500. I don't fucking get it. It's all wonky. But you know what? I'm probably going to end up fixing it. Because that's just how much I love this series, man. I remember episode 900. 99 episodes ago. I remember how awesome it was to introduce a new concept. The spin-off Spectrum Spectacular. Or the Spectrum spin-off Spectacular, whichever it may be. I loved to introduce that. I loved it so much. I was ecstatic when we beat the hell out of the irregularity on floor 9. I was ecstatic that we got to play through Season 2's story in the game after doing reviews on every single episode. I loved being able to incorporate different thumbnails, make different thumbnails. I loved doing different titles than Is It Wrong to Do This? I loved making new titles and funny descriptions. I love that. Alright, I love that so much. And sure, I was late on a lot of episodes, and sure, and this and that. But this series, man. You know, I had a really rough fucking patch in the 900s. I had a real rough patch. All right, your boy had ×3 Tommy depression arcs in the 900s. But you know what brought it all fucking back? You know what made it all worth it? Episode 974. Polar Knights, Familias X Xenos. Event Extravaganza 10. Spin-off Spectrum Spectacular 2. Memoria Freese Y3 was amazing. I love doing the animation. I love the renaissance that we've started. I loved, and I still love, how fucking funny it was to see Apollo get beaten by everyone. I loved when season 3 came out and I got to review it, and it was really messy, but I loved it. I remember the last 10 episodes, man. All them fucking wacky titles. I love them. I absolutely adore them. I love them so much, man. Now we're here. Episode 999. You know, once upon a time, I thought getting to episode 100 was crazy. And I thought, we're gonna go to 1,000 and that's it. I'm sure I'll be tired of it by then. And guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not done. Because there's still so much not left to do, but so much I want to do. Because this used to be a series in which I'd have to depend on when the next event was going to come out. But now I don't. Because I have made my own game. I've made my own story with this game. I've made my personal footprint into this series. I've made it something else. Episode 999. Episode 999. You know that at the beginning of this series, I was still a freshman in high school? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy to think that I started this series? Before Avengers Endgame? Infinity War? Can you believe that? Do you know how many fucking memes there are about that shit now? There's so many! There's so many! This has been me saying thank you for watching the Triple-Digit Saga of Memoria Freese Y3 and Y2 and, well, Y1. Now, I order you all to go ahead and watch episode 1000, the greatest fucking episode of them all. Sayonara. No. Sayo fucking Nara. No, fucking Nara. Not fucking Nara. Sayo fucking Nara. Hey. Okay, no, but seriously, enjoy the next episode. Thank y'all for watching the Triple Digit Saga. Bye.